Okay, this lecture is just very quickly going to go over the one-page document that I want you all to make. Basically, the one-page document for the write-up is I kind of want you guys to have a little bit of fun with it. I've had a lot of questions about, hey, should I just copy these and just paste them into paste them into the one-page write-up? And the answer to that is a definite no. Um, so when you're talking to these individuals, you're the people that you're pitching to. So each one of you have a different group that you're pitching to. Like for instance, Kickstarter, you're pitching to a group of venture capitalists who are looking to add to their portfolio. They're targeting a specific technology startups. They have resources to pursue one main target area and do not want their investment to fail. You want to tell them a few key pieces of information. So, this is a one-page synopsis. You are making a Word document, and you are saying, okay, venture capitalist group, this is what we believe you should do. And this is why we think you should do it. So, this is what we think you should do. This is why we think you should do it. And here is what we know that supports what we think you should do. To be honest, I really don't care what it is that you tell them that you think that they should do, as long as it's backed up with your data. So, for instance, I'd love for you guys to have a little bit of fun with this. I'd love for you guys to be creative. Just pitch something out there. Like, for instance, you're pitching to a group of venture capitalists. First, the average goal amount of failed startup companies is different than the average amount of all tech startup companies. Well, if you know that failed startup companies, that their average is going to be different than all tech startup companies, avoid that average that of the failed, and say we really need to avoid these particular ones of the whatever it is that you're wanting to avoid, and go for these tech startups that are more that have the goal amount that's more appropriate. And if you want to make up a company that says, hey, you should pursue this company, this very specific company that uses an app to decrease bunions on your feet, and it has this goal amount, and this is what it is that you should be doing with it. That's great. Have fun with it, and you can pitch it as such. I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with you guys pitching pretty much anything as long as the data behind it supports it. And so if you can have a little bit of fun with it, if you can use some creativity and really say, hey, let's pitch this, let's have a little bit of fun with this, and we're going to use this data to support this outlandish idea. To have a startup company for an app that decreases bunions, or to have an app that senses your odor before you go on a date, and this is the goal amount that it should have, and the use the other information in there to be able to come up with that. So it's not supposed to be super formal. It's supposed to be a synopsis. It's supposed to be something that, hey, you're pitching to them. This is what they need to know. This is what you think they should do. And this is the information that you have that supports that. Same thing with this. Now, there's certain ones that do not have statistically significant. Actually, I know of at least one data set that the single sample, independent, and paired are all not statistically significant. That's okay. That is completely fine that those are not statistically significant. But what you can still say is we don't know if, this is different than that. Like, we don't know if the average gold medal recipient height is different than all other medals. We don't know if the height of gymnasts is different before or after. We don't know, all this information. But in spite of us not knowing whether or not all that makes a difference, what we do know the difference of, we can still make a one-page pitch and tell you, hey, we think that you should, is the frequency of medals between the 9 most successful countries proportionate to one another? We know that the United States has more medals than anyone else, so why don't you combine these countries to create a super PAC to say, hey, we've got these, the countries in, the Caribbean that are all working together to increase their overall medal count, especially on the team events, so that way they can, so that Jamaica, who has a bobsled team, they can work with countries that are close by to have an even more competitive bobsled team. And then they can share medals, something to that effect. It doesn't have to be a legit like a legit thing that's actually possible. Just pitch something that the data supports. Like I said, the more fun you can have with it, the better. Another example, you're pitching a new movie idea to Warner Brothers. Pitch a crazy movie. Tell them, hey, you should make an action movie that's this long, that has this, whether or not it's comedy. So pitch them what type of movie they should make based on the type of data that they have in there, and just have a little bit of fun telling them what it is that they should do, and say this is what you should do and this is why you should do it. And you can do anything you want. You can do, hey, sell your company to Disney because you're gonna flop anyway, if that's what the data says. Your theme parks are horrible. You should be more like Disney World. The data doesn't support that because we're not talking about that. Which by the way, I kind of like Six Flags, but that's because I grew up on Six Flags, but it really has nothing compared to Disney World. Disney World is pretty much amazing. So you're pitching a new store concept. Use this information. And especially, I know for Lululemon and for a lot of these, the effect size is really important. And so just because you've got a statistically significant result, it is important that you say, there is a difference, but it's not very noticeable. So it's not really worth spending your time focusing on this or focusing on that. What you really should be focusing on is something that's statistically significant that has a large effect size, something that's really going to make a difference. And so if it's statistically significant with a large effect size, that 18 to 23-year-olds spend a lot more money. Pour more money into that. Pour more money into marketing towards 18 to 23-year-olds and making a new brand for 18 to 23-year-olds, and call it the Lulu line. I don't know. Just something to that effect. But and let's see, is there anything else? You're pitching to a group of recruiters who are focusing how to recruit and inform potential recruits for the NBA and what they should anticipate. Okay, so is there an average height in the first 20 picks? Is there a difference in salaries? Is the average difference between forwards and salaries? So what are you going to do with all this information? Are you going to go to, a group of kindergartners and say, hey, we're going to tell you guys, hey, you guys need to grow to this height? Or recruiters that are going to recruit kindergartners and saying, hey, you need to look at students that are going to grow to this height and start picking them off early, so that way you can put in their mind, you need to come to Baylor, you need to come to wherever, you need to be a Denver Nugget, based on the information that you have. If there's a way to use all of this information in a creative way, pitch something that they should do in a creative way, so that way they will do a great job with that. It doesn't have to be super formal. What I really want to see is that you can tell that I want to be able to tell that you understand statistical significance, and that you understand effect sizes, and you understand how the results of the tests can be applied. Once again, I don't care if it's in the most practical way or if it's in the most fun way. Frankly, I would love for you to send me something that's funny. I want to read something that's funny. It doesn't have to be serious. I had a stats professor once who said, Sean, you take things way too seriously. Or no, he said, Sean, you make a joke out of everything. And I'm like, yes, I kind of do. That's kind of my mantra. I don't know why. I just feel like life is way too short not to laugh. And so I would love for you guys to be able to laugh putting this together and have a little bit of fun with it, and just make sure that you're doing a great job and hanging out with each other and coming up with some outlandish ideas. I'm going to say one more thing about this, and this is not a dig, especially on business students, but I honestly believe that our educational system has put you guys in a box that inhibits you from thinking creatively, where you've been told your entire lives, hey, you have to fit into this box, you have to do it this way, you have to do it that way. And when you think that way, you're never going to be innovative. And so one of my passions, one of the things that I want most is I want you guys to be able to have creativity, to be able to think outside the box, to be able to do things that you're just like, hey, you know what? I'm going to be me today. I'm going to pitch my own idea today. I don't care how crazy it sounds. I'm going to show creativity. I'm not going to adhere to the societal norm of just doing the same old, same old. I'm going to show innovation in what it is that I'm doing in a paper that is very low stakes. So yeah, tear it up, have fun, and give me a really good paper that shows that you understand statistical significance, you understand effect size, and you understand how the test results can be applied in the most fun, creative way possible. Thanks, guys.